Welcome to the Purple Party known as Purple Nerd Channel, home for all those who geek out on all things Prince related. Vanity 6's self-titled debut album was released on August 11, 1982, peaking at number 6 on the R&B charts and selling just a little more than 500,000 copies on its initial release. The album was promoted with 4 singles: Nasty Girl, which hit the number 7 spot on the R&B charts, Bite the Beat, Drive Me Wild, and He's So Dull. Videos were released for Drive Me Wild, Nasty Girl, and He's So Dull. Further promotion came from the Triple Threat Tour featuring Vanity 6, The Time, and Prince. Their debut album was written and produced by Prince, with some help which I'll cover later. The recording sessions with the group were of the 3 members recording over previously produced versions of the songs, using Prince's vocals as guide vocals, with Prince removing his vocals in post-production. As far back as Prince's 3rd album, Dirty Mind, released in 1980, Prince had been toying with the idea of starting an all-girls group. His first run at this concept was assembled in 1981 with the group The Hookers, which was comprised of Prince's personal assistant Jamie Shoup and sisters Laureen and Susan Moonsey. The group recorded several songs, including I Need a Man, Makeup, Drive Me Wild, Jealous Girl, and Wet Dream. While Prince was out touring for his Controversy album, the album that followed Dirty Mind, Jamie and Laureen left the group as the project was on pause. Not letting a good idea go to waste, Prince continued on trying to build an all-girl group. Sadly though, Susan was the only member still on board, but fate would have it. Roy Bennett, Prince's set designer, was married to Brenda Bennett, who worked in the wardrobe department on Prince's tours. And just by chance, Prince happened to be walking through the wardrobe department and heard Brenda singing, and without hesitation immediately asked her to join the group, which Brenda wasn't new to the music business, as she was previously a member of the groups Ken Lion and Tombstone. And again, that miracle called fate happened again, when Prince bumped into model/actress Denise Matthews at the American Music Awards. He was absolutely captivated by her, and found out through his connections that she was a singer. After several attempts, Prince persuaded her to join his all-girl group. Prior to this meeting of happenstance, Denise had done modeling work for several magazines and album covers. Most famously, she is on the cover of Cameo's album Alligator Woman. She had been in several B-movies like Terror Train, which that movie is awesome, but she almost vacated her spot in the group as she disagreed with Prince's suggestion of naming the group Vagina and the Hookers. Denise, of course, being Vagina. The two of them settled on Vanity, with the number 6 being added to the group's name, of course representing the number of breasts in the group. It's Prince. You know. Their debut album is credited to Vanity 6 as the writers and Jamie Starr as the producer. But in reality, Prince wrote all the songs, and Jamie Starr is just one of his aliases he would use. So let's get into Vanity 6's debut album. We open up with Nasty Girl.
My own little nasty world. Tonight, don't you wanna come with me? Do you think I'm a nasty girl?
This electric funk jam is so addictive, and it's overtly explicit lyrically. There are no metaphors or winks to this one. The narrator of the song is horny and needs a man right away, but one that's qualified to satisfy her. And when I say qualified, I mean she has a list of requirements, including dimensions. Next is Wet Dream. The electric funk continues on with this one, with a song that finds the narrator describing the man that fulfills all of her sexual dreams and desires. Next is Drive Me Wild.
Come on, baby, do it. Drive me wild. Do it, baby, drive me wild.
Susan takes the lead on this one, performing the song in a rap/spoken word format instead of a traditional singing structure. I don't think her speaking voice is very strong or sexy, but the musical production keeps my attention. The song has the narrator begging the man of her dreams to give her the best loving she's ever had. Next is He's So Dull.
He's so dull, drives a 63 around. He's
This song has a much different feel to it compared to the other songs, as dare I say it has like a really super fun feel to it. But that's probably because the song was written and produced by Prince's touring guitarist at the time, Des Dickerson. Which, by the way, Des also plays drums and guitar on the track. The song follows a lady fed up with her conservative, nerdy boyfriend, who is predictable and reserved. Next is if a girl answers, don't hang up.
Oh, I see. Did he just take out the trash?
No, that's something he used to do.
Well, just being real with y'all, I don't care for this song at all, musically or lyrically. And Brenda, who is a fantastic singer, is a horrible rapper. Although the song gets a little comical at times, as Prince performs as the other girl that Vanity's boyfriend has been sleeping with behind her back. The song was co-written by Terry Lewis from the time, and he also plays bass on the track. Next is Makeup.
Care, I always comb my hair. Make up.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one either. It feels like a filler song, which is not good to have any of those on a short album like this one. The beat is aggressive, the lyrics are sparse, as they describe the makeup routine of a lady obsessed with looking her best for her man, which by definition is the description of Vanity. But maybe I'm reading too deep into a not so deep song. Next is Bite the Beat.
Come on, honey, bite the beat.
This song sounds completely out of place on this album, as it has like a vintage B-52 vibe to it with a little bit of new wave, and it's just really upbeat and polished. With spoken vocals, the ladies are begging to keep the party going. The song was originally written, produced, and performed by Jesse Johnson from the time. Prince reworked the lyrics with Jesse and recorded Brenda's vocals. We close with 3 times 2 equals 6. This ballad is led with a heavy synth melody, with Vanity singing about the hardships of being a woman in the 80s, as she speaks personally on the battle between herself as a person versus her public persona. Also, the song features Des Dickerson on drums. This is the only album to be released by Vanity 6, which I'll go into detail as to why on the next video. Brenda and Susan would continue on with the group's new identity, Apollonia 6, and be featured in Prince's film, Purple Rain. Brenda would release her first solo album a cappella in 2011, and followed up with the album once again in 2018. Vanity would continue on with a solo career as well, releasing Wild Animal in 1984, and Skin on Skin in 1986. Her film career exploded in the mid-80s, with a lot of work in television, but also several films, including The Last Dragon, Action Jackson, and 52 Pickup, just to name a few. In 1994, after an overdose, Vanity would drop her stage name and go back to Denise Matthews, becoming a pastor and preaching the word of Christ until her passing in February of 2016. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Please like and share this video, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. Down in the description below, you can find all the other places you can find me on social media, and I will obviously see you on the next episode, which is me covering the album Apollonia 6. So, until that next episode, I wish you heaven.